I just saw that the Senate in Tennessee, amid protests, just passed legislation to arm teachers. So we're in April. May and possibly June, depending on this district, is when the school year ends. Now, my experience with teaching from 1993, 94 when I was subbing in New York City, 95, 96 when I was teaching in New York City, 97, 98 when I was teaching in Arizona at Queen of Peace Elementary School, and 98 to 2020 when I was teaching in West Palm. The buildings that I taught in, and I taught in a bunch, all had several things in common. They were all put together as cheaply as humanly possible because education has never been as important as national defense. So when you allow teachers to carry weapons, teachers are people, which means they're going to make mistakes. How soon before either a woman with a purse or a gentleman with a holster puts his weapon down and a child gets a hold of it? It's April. Is the over-under before the end of the school year? That we have like what happened in Texas where a third grader found the principal's gun in the bathroom? What happens if the child thinks it's like a video game and starts shooting people? You don't think it's going to happen? You're monumentally naive. When cops get into firefights, they miss an awful lot. The reason why the military practices 40% of the time is for them to get used to being fired and fired upon. So, the one time that you're going to have to draw your firearm in an active shooter situation, there's going to be a couple problems. What are the walls made of? So say you hit the assailant and you carry like what I carry, which is a 45. The 45 shell was designed after the United States had invaded the Philippines in the Spanish-American War, and they were armed with 38 caliber rounds. And the Moros were on a mixture of some type of heroin and something else domestically located, and they were able to keep fighting. The 45 round is designed to put people down. So I carry a 45 for that reason. So I'm in a classroom. I shoot the bad guy. The round goes through the bad guy, goes through the paper mache wall, and hits the 7th grader in the adjacent classroom in the head and kills him. Now, I've gotten the bad guy, but I've also killed an innocent bystander. How are you going to handle that? More than likely, the teacher's probably going to kill themselves for guilt. That's what you're introducing. You're introducing another quantity of weapons in an already weapon-heavy environment. There are more guns than human beings in the United States, by almost 70 million weapons, and that's not counting what the military owns. Shame on you, Tennessee. There are 7,000 teacher positions short in Florida, and this is part of the reason why. North Carolina had a lawsuit for West Virginia, where after a teacher got shot, and the district basically said you should expect to get shot. No, we should not. We should expect legislators to make sure that children don't get shot. Lead poisoning should not be the reason why children are dying. I know the bullets aren't made of lead anymore, but it's something we can use. I am tired of children dying. And more children are going to die with more guns in schools. What happens to the teacher that has the bad day? You don't think that's a possibility? You've all seen videotapes of teachers losing their shit on children. Add a gun into that situation, what happens? These idiotic, gun-loving morons have no thought of consequence. Children are going to die. Some adults are going to die. And this could be avoided if people actually voted for responsible legislators that didn't fucking jerk off to guns. Please remember to vote true and vote blue. Your education for your children will depend on it too. Because the Republicans are trying to destroy public education because they're a reprehensible group of human beings.